I'm Peter John Ross, a filmmaker from Columbus, Ohio. Over 10 years ago, this guy started harassing me online and he never stopped fixating on me. I decided to turn it into a documentary. I've been working on Social Media Monster for the past few years. The series of events are unfolding in real time as I've filed criminal charges against the guy, a civil stalking protection order, and things are just getting crazier. These are just behind-the-scenes updates to let everybody know what's going on with the film. Yesterday, I was editing on a totally different project all day. My phone dings, I look at it, and a friend of mine who's a big fan of the documentary, he says, Burdick just posted on Twitter that I sent him a pizza and I bullied him. So I did a search on Facebook and there it was. The Pizza Connoisseurs of Columbus, Ohio group. 61,000 plus people in this group. And yeah, there were several dozen people saying that I am apparently stalking the guy that I have a civil stalking protection order against. You know, the guy who's actually stalking me. It's just scary how many people trust what he says without even a hint of curiosity of whether or not it's true. I don't think most people are used to someone like Matthew Burdick even being real. I mean, this is someone that redefines the word pathological liar. I mean, we as humans rely on a pretty high percentage of what we say to each other to be true. Like, it's raining outside. This apple is red. These are things that Matthew Burdick won't hesitate to lie about if it gets him what he wants. It's just so off-putting to see someone that's so manipulative and does it so often. Matthew says I sent him this photo of my pizza to torture him. False. I never sent him a photo of my pizza. That's something I posted on my personal social media where I have him blocked, yet he manages to obtain all my pictures, comment on them daily, and somehow he's trying to convince people I sent this to him. Matthew also says I sent him a custom pizza that says Matt sucks and had it delivered to him over state lines. I can't find him to serve him on a defamation lawsuit, but somehow I got a pizza delivered in California over state lines? It didn't happen. This is not even from me. I didn't even send him the picture of that pizza. We talked about this in court under oath. He knows I didn't send him this photo of this pizza. He knows that because when he received it years ago, Matthew knew I didn't send it to him because he said publicly, if Peter John Ross didn't send this, he would contact the Department of Justice in Los Angeles. So I did. The DOJ referred me to the FBI. I called the FBI. I made a report. Hey, somebody's accusing me of sending harassing emails that I didn't send. I got a follow-up call from the FBI San Francisco, and I said the same thing. And I also said, hey, did you know that Matthew Burdick also threatened a professor at California State University? Threatened to harm her. No one did anything about it. Would you like to look into that too? And I received this phone call, which is Exhibit 12A from California State University.
This is the attorney for California State University. We've received some very disturbing email messages from Matthew Burdick, who's threatening violence against our professor if her face is not removed from the Nowhere Man web pages on Facebook. I understand that has asked you to take some things down before and you haven't been interested. But these email messages are really quite frightening. So I really wish you would call me back and we can discuss it. My name is G323. Call it anytime.
He wrote, get this fucking cunt's face off this page before I snap and go fucking psychotic and people get hurt. You've been warned. I have post-traumatic stress disorder and a history of psychotic episodes. I'm being very clear. If I snap, I become a very dangerous man.
Just so I'm clear, these are emails that Mr.
From
King...
Mr. Burdick to multiple people at California State University.
Okay, all right.
All of this came out in court at my civil stalking protection order against Matthew Burdick. And then here I'm sitting there looking at dozens and dozens of people calling me the stalker and me the sicko. It's infuriating. It's frustrating. It's scary. If I had sent those emails and then lied about it to the FBI, they could have arrested me. They didn't arrest me because I didn't send them. And I sure as shit would not say under oath I didn't send them if I had sent them. The worst thing about a situation like this is I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I go into the group and I say, hey, I didn't do this, everybody's like, oh, these are just two people fighting, they're the same. Clearly, this is not the same. But if I don't say anything, I have to sit there and be slandered by dozens of strangers, and I do nothing. And the only recourse I have is a defamation lawsuit. I filed a defamation lawsuit. We can't find him to serve him, so it doesn't do any good. This is Matthew Burdick's only power. The power to lie and abuse and get away with it. Burdick will leverage social media to damage people's lives, and he gets away with it. He's absolutely not being stopped by law enforcement, the FBI, local police, the courts. Sure as shit not the social media companies. They won't do a goddamn thing to stop this. It is very possible there are some serious mental health issues going on with Mr. Burdick. That's true. But he's not in treatment. He's not on medication. And what he does is very deliberate. He is very much intentionally harming people and enjoying it. Don't believe me? Listen to him.
I can post something like the photos of the pizza, and that right there, that is what we're going to do here. And, you know, it's First Amendment protected activity, you know, Mr. Ross. But it's not going to matter by then because Peter can't just write to Facebook and get it deleted. It'll get marketed to the whole city long before he can even remove it. And the benefit of that is that it will go viral in the city. It will load my profile with tens of thousands of people, followers, and people in Columbus, Ohio. Mr. Ross deserves to be publicly shamed. He deserves to have everybody in the city see what he's up. They need to know. The public deserves to know, and I have the right to tell the public. And it's just about telling the public in a way where he can't get it removed. And getting it out fast enough that the post can be taken down before anything can happen. Got it. Nailed it. Good.
That is not mental illness talking right there. That is very deliberate. That is someone intentionally trying to cause me harm. He absolutely knows he is lying. 100% knows he's lying. He's doing it intentionally. If he actually can't differentiate truth from his lies, if he can't separate reality from his delusions, then he should not be in society. But I think it's pretty clear he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows right from wrong. He is doing this with the intent of causing harm.
This is all a process. He can't cover the story up. Matter of fact, he's stupid because when a post like that goes viral and it gets him attention, it brings people to his content, whether they're laughing at him or not. It's attention to his project. Feels good to have the upper hand. Feels good to be holding all the cards. It feels good to have that little thing to use in Columbus, Ohio, which we know is just going to make him, his blood will boil when people learn that he's the pizza guy. And I'm First Amendment protected right to say that anything I want about anything he's done. And that's in the ruling. And I don't give a fuck what police agency he runs to. I don't give a fuck what he does. Give no fucks whatsoever. And I only fought back one little small time. And the next time I fight back, it's going to be times 10,000. And we finally know exactly how we're going to fight back. The pizza post is the funniest, best post ever made, and it will be a viral sensation in Columbus, Ohio. We'll make sure Peter's name isn't in it so he can't have a temper tantrum. build my audience. Boom, here we come. Let's talk to the Greater Columbus Arts Council about why the taxpayers of Columbus are paying for this movie. Let's talk about that. I'm going to make myself famous in Columbus, Ohio, something Peter John Ross will only be for his pizza obsession.
I have a civil stalking protection order in effect against this man right now. We had a contempt of court hearing on May 12th for violations of the CSPO. It's now late October, and I still don't have a ruling on the contempt of court. The court issued an order. Do not email Peter John Ross. Do not contact his places of employment. He called and emailed both of my employers. He sent me several emails. I feel helpless. It's like all the people that are supposed to help won't. It's like Matthew Burdick lives in the loopholes of the laws, terms of service, community standards, and what have you. I used to believe in the United States. I used to believe in that term, equal justice under law. I don't anymore. It's bullshit. If you're poor and a nobody like me, no one is going to help you. The courts, the police, the judges, social media companies, they do not care about you at all. Maybe these psychologists' predictions that he's going to murder me when the documentary comes out might be true. It's not like he hasn't threatened me.
If you came to my house, I can tell you this right now. I've got a drywall knife, and I would put it through your skull and cut a hole in your brain. Do you understand me? I am not afraid of you. I have no fear of you. And if you continue to threaten me like you have been, I will literally put a drywall knife through your skull and cut a hole in your brain.
And if he comes near me and threatens me as he has, I will put a drywall knife in his skull.
This is going to end. I'm going to stop this. One way or another, I'm going to stop this. And he's going to leave my life. And I don't care via what means. The man's going to leave my life. And that's what's going to happen. And there's nobody that can stop me from doing anything to take him out of my life.
Peter is in one city. He can be targeted in that city. He can't leave that city. And I'm just going to fight back. And, you know, if that scares him or intimidates him or if that bothers him in some way, then, you know, stop doing what you're doing.
I honestly do not know what the answer is other than just for me to document this, to make videos like this. These are just vlogs. These are not films. The film is an entirely separate entity. This is just a vlog that's put on the internet to show people what I'm going through as I go through it. I just keep having to deal with this. I have no idea how this ends. I just know that I'm not going to sit here and let someone destroy other people's lives without making sure that the truth is recorded and put out there.